All right? They have a skill. And that is what Mr. Elon was saying, that once, in our part of the world, we don't have that. But what you can do is to engage yourself in internships. Volunteer yourself, volunteer your time. And then you build your skills. Are you together? All right. So, customer segmentation. So, who will be your clients? Your clients are, number one, nursing mothers, pregnant mothers. Because before they give birth, you are, Charlie, I have a school year. So, you are befriending them. So, by the time the 9 months is up, they know that they are bringing their child towards your school. Are you together? Customer segments. So, there are different types of customer segments you can have. You can build your business in a way that is only for the elites. And so, or you can do the IB business, or for, how do you call it? The Cambridge, for Cambridge, and all of those things. So those are different segments. Maybe I want to serve the community, so I want my school to be very affordable, but you still get the quality education that you want. Amen. So cost structure, what will be the cost structure, and what will be the revenue stream? So in a school, the school makes a lot of revenue from different angles, okay? So the school make revenue from the school fees, number one. Number two, from the feeding fee. Number three, from extra classes, and a number of things. Are you together? And then when they bring the bills to the parents are crying. The school is making money. All right, let's go to the next slide. Okay. Okay, so, wow. So you have investor readiness and sustainability. After you've built your business, one of the things you are looking for is two things: how to sustain the business and how to attract investors. True or false? All right, so in a normal pitch or presentation to an investor, this is something you look at. You need to be aware of your business. After a year or two, you should be aware of your business. When I say aware, you should know what goes into your business and what comes out of your business, the industry you operate in. So let's say, for instance, you say you have so let's say it's a school or it's a boutique. Okay, you open a boutique. The boutique has this number of visitors. In a week, minimum 200 people visit your boutique. How many of them do you engage? So no, let's even use the visitors as people who pass by your boutique every morning. 200 people pass by your boutique every morning. Out of those 200, how many of them enter the shop for you to engage them? And out of those who enter the shop, there are those who say, "Ochina member betowai." True or false? And there are those who say, those who remove cash that day and pay. And there are also those who will just enter, they will not even talk to you, and then they will go out. If you have a shop at Accra Mall, you have this experience. Accra Mall is filled with a lot of window shoppers. They will come, especially during the festive season, Salah and Co. Oh. So you need to have, I'll share this with you. I think we can share it all. Yeah. So you need to have, this is a general overview of your business. You are telling an investor, okay, hi, my name is so and so. I operate this so and so ventures. At the end of every quarter or at the end of every month, this is the revenue we raise, or this is the revenue amount of money we make. Out of this, we spend this on this, we spend this on this. Our revenue projection for the end of the year is $1 million. And now you come to the investor and say, I'm asking for an investment of about $50,000. Okay, I hope I'm not going too far away. Am I going far away? Okay, I'm asking for an investment for $50,000. Now, this $50,000, this is what it will be used for. We'll use to expand the tentacles of our operations into various locations. We need to increase our production, and we used to do this. This shows that you have control over what? Your business. If I'm an investor, I want to know these figures. Are we together? So this is into the future. After you started your business, these figures should come very easy to you. There's something we call elevator pitch. An elevator pitch is a pitch that you give to someone in less than a minute or 2 or 3 minutes maximum. Where, you know, how many of you have been in an elevator before? How long does it take for the elevator to get down? Within 1 minute, the elevator is down. Within 1 minute, the elevator is down. So you need to have this at your tips. In case you meet someone, you can share your business prospects with. Next. Do you understand this? Can we go to the next slide? Okay, so today we won't talk about this because the time is up. But I hope that I will get another opportunity to be invited, and then we can share on this. But very briefly, the AFCFTA is a continental agreement that hopes to achieve a single market for Africa. It is the biggest so far in the history of the world. 1.3 billion people coming together for this. And the agenda is strategic to bring... Okay, let's go to the next slide. Let me show this very briefly. Good. Now, have you seen this map? This map shows how we trade in Africa, how trade takes place across the world. Now, in North America, 50%, it means that they trade amongst themselves. Do you get it? They export things to their own neighboring countries. They export and import within themselves. Europe is what? 69%. Europe, they are our largest trading partners anyway. Asia, 52%. And Africa is what? Is it very low or is high? Meaning everything lives here. Everything lives here what? Everything lives here. All right? So the AFCFTA is hoping to increase this amount to 80%. Oh, you can clap for them. By removing trade barriers, some of them are tariff barriers, some of them are non-tariff barriers. And so when you are taking your goods to another country, the monies that you pay, they are called tariffs. All right? Now, with the reduction and the total removal of those tariffs, it means that it will cost you less to do business in Africa than to transact business with other foreign partners. Are you together? And also to encourage the free movement of goods and services. So it's not just goods, but you're a hairdresser, you want to go and start up a business in Tanzania, you want to start up a business in Rwanda. You can explore that option. And then, foreigners, when they are setting up in a country, they pay a lot. They pay a lot. True of us. I know some Germans, when they come to the country, they don't front the registration of the business. The Ghanaians front it because the taxes they will end up paying, they want to evade those taxes. So, as an individual, the next time when I come, I will share or throw more light on how you can even position yourself as a student, as an entrepreneur, as a service provider for that opportunity. How many of you would like to send your goods across the continent? Maybe you are selling in large quantities, so I'm not saying in large quantities. How many of you would like to do that? Okay, awesome. Okay, so I'll also end with this. Starting your business is a very fruitful thing to do. You can start a business and it will now become a family business. The family, your children and your grandchildren will come and inherit it. Korea is known for that a lot. A lot of countries in Asia, they practice a lot of family business. And it's very good. Start a business, the son will also come and take it. The grandchild will also come and continue. And the great-grandchild will also come and continue. Because there's a culture of what? Maintenance and sustenance. Don't start a business for chop-chop. Start a business and look out for your grandchild who is not even yet born, your great-grandchild who is not yet born. Amen. So God bless you so much. Last but not the least, I want to emphasize also on networking. Networking is very key. My current role, I didn't get it just because I had all the qualifications or had all the qualities. My first job, somebody had to introduce or recommend me. And I met the person when I was volunteering. Do you get it? So I was volunteering for a project, and then we met. And later on, when I finished my service and everything, the person came into the picture. I was like, oh, what is going on? So that's when I got my first job was actually with an international development organization. First job after national service. Because somebody I knew was in there. I was good. That one, I won't lie. But recently we saw a first, how many of you have seen the news this week? A first class graduate is looking for a job online. How many of you saw it? You saw it. But you know that first class graduate sat in a school with a very rich man's son. And probably didn't know that person. Okay? Are you together? So let's take our networking very, very seriously. Don't look down on anybody. It will shock you, the people you meet in certain offices, and be like, but you was now watch us. Now, yeah. Amen. So don't look down on anybody. Be cordial. I'm not saying let everybody, the whole world, be your friend. Come and be hosting people in your house. No. But be cordial, be friendly, get to know people. Build networks. Okay? Okay? All right. So let's value our networks, connect with people, and then let's prosper together. God bless you. Questions? Any questions? Any questions? Or you're hungry? Okay, there's a question at the back. You have an extra mic? Or?
Thank you so much for the presentation. Okay, please, an instance where you have a lot of business ideas, but you don't have the capital to foot the business. How do you go about it? Thank you.
Good. So, I think I left that out. So, there are two ways to this. Number one, you have business ideas. So, I'll use this as an example. A friend came and wanted to start a water business. What do you call it? Sachet water. Now, this is a trade secret. You know the cool water, the cool sachet water you drink. It's not from Vortico, but you see Vortico on it, isn't it? You see Vortico on it. Or you don't drink cool, you drink something else. Or you don't drink cool, you drink something else. You drink Vortico. Now, how many of you know that water that you drink is not coming from Vortex factory? How many of you know that? Some of you don't know. Some of you know. It's what we call a franchise business. Okay? A franchise business means that you are leveraging on the market of an existing company to build your business. And so KFC in Ghana isn't even KFC from US. It's a Ghanaian or a different investor that has acquired the license to operate KFC. Are we together? Now I'm coming to your answer. So he wanted to do that. He wanted to start his own company afresh, Pureta. So you can imagine the marketing that will go into it, the struggles to get people to like the product. But Voltic, everybody knows Voltic. Okay? So once you get a license from Voltic to produce cool water, if there's Voltic, the cool water is being produced from here, your community, once the water comes out, nobody will even know the water is produced from here. They will think it's from what? Is this so many? Where are they? Voltic is at in Sawom. Okay? So, two things. What you need to do is, you don't have the capital, okay? Identify someone who is already in the market, right? And learn the trade. Do you get it? Identify somebody who is already in the market and learn the trade. So I told him that, look, you don't have the capital. You can't go and buy that machine. You can't go and do this. But what you can do is to learn the trade. You don't want to start it and then you face challenges and then the business collapse. You lose money. You'll be in debt. You'll be running away. People will be calling you. You'll be running away. Amen. All right. Have I answered your question? Or not entirely? So you're looking for revenue to start a business. So there are a number of ways to get revenue to start a business. Is that what you want? That's what you want? That's what you want? Okay, good. So there are a number of ways to start a business. Revenue. Number one, family and friends. Family and friends. An investor won't come straight forward and believe in an idea. An idea is it's a prototype. It's an untested hypothesis. Amen. It hasn't been tested, so it's an idea. The only person that will love you more than anybody is your mother and your father. So go to them. Go to your siblings. Go to your uncles or your aunties. Then, I have this idea. I think it has a potential to generate this amount of revenue. You go to them. They will trust you easily than the bank. True of us. True of us. The banks, they don't trust people nowadays. They don't even take collateral these days. Amen. So, friends, family, then you go to, so join incubation programs, very, very key. There are a number of incubation programs. There's Cosmos Innovation. There are a number of challenges that goes on that are mostly for idea testing. So they take you through a number of trainings, business development. And so by the time you come out of that training, You can even get funding for that idea. Do you get it? There's the one at East Legon, what's the name? Say, Meltwater, good. Clap for economist. Meltwater. Meltwater has a place at East Legon. Once you just have an idea, you go, they'll put you into groups, you test, it will get to a time where you test whatever idea you have. And then if your group wins, I think the prize money is about $50,000 or so. I don't know if they've increased it or reduced it, but the economy nowadays, you can't tell whether they will increase or reduce. So that money can start a business. And by the time you realize you are in a company, okay, you started a partnership. And after that, the money you get from it, you can use it to start your business if it is different from what the group decided to do. Do you understand? So there are a lot of ways to raise revenue. I won't personally advise you to go for loans because it's an idea. You've not tested it. Imagine you go for a loan. You're supposed to make a certain number of revenue at the end of the month and pay interest. And you've not started generating that revenue. How are you going to pay that loan? It means you always be in debt. Okay? But there are some loans, if it's a tested idea like a franchise, definitely you are sure that the money will come in because this is a tested business. And so you can go in for a loan. All right? And there's something we call grants. Grants, those are monies that goes out, but then you are not expected to pay them at the end of the day. You can explore those options. I think if you had a more consolidated session, we would have had opportunity to share all of those links with everybody. All right, so you can go to something, you can write this down, grants for African businesses. You can write it down, you can search for it, or you see me in private when you close, and then we can talk more, all right? All right, any more questions? Any more questions? God bless you.
Thank you. Let's do it again for Mr. Peter Adeto. God bless you so much. The thing is so deep that I think that we all have to go back and watch YouTube. Anna, yes, we'll definitely have to do that. And we are almost rounding up. In fact, this is the last lap. Someone told me, let's just finish so we'll go and take care of the food. And yes, you would rush with the food, right? So let's just take the last one. And then after that, we close and go and face whatever is there. No, this one is not face the wall. But it's powerful. Tell somebody the food is powerful. The food is powerful. Now, this session is for those of us who have businesses, who want to grow the business using social media. How do you go about it? Or how do you start a social media business? Like blogging or vlogging. What's the difference between blogging and vlogging? Yes. Or you've not heard vlogging before? Amen. Let me also use this opportunity to specially welcome or appreciate the presence of Reverend Emmanuel Babli. He's now missed. All the times I tried doing that, when I came here, I forgot. God bless you so much for joining us. Thank you. God bless you. Where's Inshira? Is Inshira around? Yes. Please let's receive Inshira Otu to read the profile of our last speaker for this Emerge workshop. Before he does that, there's our slogan. Are you ready for a slogan? So when we say emerge, you respond where faith meets purpose. Emerge. Emerge. Please don't forget. Next year, we'll continue. Amen. So, Inshira, God bless you.
Okay, good evening. I'm here to read a profile of Mr. Bright Haji. He's a director of Bax Consults, a passion-driven, young, experienced IT instructor with 8 years of demonstrated history of working in the education and IT management industry. Very committed to guiding people to discover their purpose in life, being guided in their career selection, and make informed decisions in life in order to be relevant to their society, country, and the world at large, to the glory of God. So kindly invite him.
Please, let's sit down. Let's sit down. Let's sit down. Let's sit down. Please, let me see by those of you who have your Android phones around. If you have an Android phone. Let me see your Android phone. Oh, you don't have an Android phone. Oh, wow. Let me see your Android phone. Yes, wave it like this. Yeah, so let's do something very short, just like 10 seconds. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. If you are there, let me know. Let's go to YouTube before I start with my presentation. Let's do this very, very short. Are you there? YouTube. Go to YouTube. If you are there, just something very, very short. You go to YouTube, then you type Danny McAfee Official. Danny McAfee Official. Let's do that quickly for just 10 seconds. If you've already subscribed, what you will do is mute the volume of your phone and play any of the videos for at least a minute. Let's do that quickly. Let it be playing. Just put it down for 1 minute whilst we proceed. If I've not gotten like 50, maybe we just have to suspend this session, because this is the only thing we can offer. If you are done, please wave at me. I've checked the statistics before I came here, so if it has not increased, I will know. Yes, as at the time I was given a chance, Danny McAfee Official is having 1.2k subscribers, so at least we should be able to add some 50 or 60. Yes, Papa is already streaming. Papa is streaming. Let's put our hands together for Papa. Let's put our hands together for Apostle. Apostle is streaming nicely. Hey, some people are not doing their thing. Hey. All right, so just be streaming and just put your phone down whilst we zoom into action. So, yes, this section is more or less like a practical session where all that we've been given, all the ideas we've been given from the beginning, how to sit for an interview, how to volunteer, interview and all that. We've also learned about the AI. From there, we looked at the main thing, how to start a business. Now, all these things, we are putting them in one pack to start. But before I start with my presentation, first of all, I want to salute our General Overseer, Apostle, for spending time from morning through SOSAD to image. In fact, let's be on our feet and with a resounding round of applause, let's celebrate our Apostle. Let's celebrate him. Let's celebrate our Apostle. Yes, he's a great man. Let's celebrate him. Let's celebrate him. All right, please let's sit down. Apostle, we salute you. Sunday after service, when I was telling my pastor I'll be visiting Gio on Wednesday, I was like, Max, what are you doing there? I said, no, I'm visiting Papa for some 1 or 2 discussions. So when you saw the flyer, it was like, Brad, you are going there to speak on social media. I said, good. It means that he's very current. So, Papa, I've received greetings from Reverend George to you. All right, so we are zooming into action on, let me have my slide. Good. So we are looking at leveraging the power of social media to build and grow a startup business. Now, with this, there are a lot of things that we'll be doing from here. First of all, leveraging. That means that something is already there, and we are taking advantage of it. That is the first part. So I'm trying to use the topic to break down and give you the objectives for this session. So first of all, we are leveraging on something. What are we leveraging on? Social media. That is 2. 3, to build. It means that we are starting from the scratch. 4, to grow. We've already built, so this time around, we are driving growth to it. And the last one is what? A baby. That is what? A startup business. So at the end of the day, we are looking at 5 objectives. We are leveraging on something which is social media to do what? To build and to grow a baby. That is a startup business. That is what we'll be doing in the next 1 hour. So before I start with, all right, so I always like my presentations to be based on a quote. I always believe that everything that is happening now has happened some years ago. And there has been success stories of it. So what we are seeing today has happened some time ago. And people did those things and they succeeded. So the best thing to do if you are starting up anything to do, go to the prototype. How has these things been done? The errors that they've committed, you are not likely to commit the same errors if you follow the pattern. So first of all, there's a quote from Diane Kut, one of the greatest. He's still alive anyway. One greatest author in America. He said, I really believe that everyone has a talent, ability, or a skill that he can mine to support himself and to succeed in life. Everyone has a talent. And you should be able to mine that talent or discover it and monetize it in order to succeed in life. So that is our opening quote. So let me just give you an overview of the objective. So first of all, we are looking at the concept of social media. From there, we'll look at the relevance of social media in business startup and growth. And number 3, we're looking at social media evolutionary statistics. Where social media came from. What are some of the statistics? The global population, what's the percentage of people who are patronizing social media? And that value will inform you to know that it's about time you drive your business from the physical setting to an online space and see the number of people who are going to follow. Then we look at starting a business. But this time around, my boss spoke about a physical business, but we are coming to talk about an online business. So that is the 4th one, driving growth, and also some few case studies, and we'll be out of here. So we have a very short video on social media that we'd like to watch. So you can play. Play. Space bar to play. No, go back. Go back. Yeah. The video is there. All right, so we just have some short video there. Whilst they are working on it, we can still be making progress whilst the video comes. So, social media. This is something that has come to stay with us. Just from the topic, we want to leverage on it. So, first of all, what is social media? We're looking at the concept of social media. What is it? This is more or less going to be like a discussion. We'll not be here to give you everything. No. Discussion. What is social media? If we were to be in class by this time, with permission from Papa, everybody would have been upstanding. You say something, then you sit down. But we are not in a classroom setting. So permission has not been granted. So please, we are looking at social media. What is it? What is social media? What comes to your mind? Hey. My students are all part of Stubborn Academy. They are checking from Meta AI. All right, so the video is coming. So let's watch. Please, we need a sound. Without a sound. All right. Please,
but it wasn't always that way.
Please start again.
The first social media was a website called 6 Degrees. 6 Degrees allow users to create a profile and then friend other users. By the year 2000, around 100 million people had access to the internet, and it became quite common for people to be engaged socially online. Back in the early 2000s, the website MySpace was the popular place to set up a profile and make friends. MySpace was the original social media profile website, leading into an inspiring websites like Facebook. In 2004, Mark Zuckerberg launched what would soon become the social media giant that would set the bar for all other social media services. However, back in 2004, Facebook was launched just for Harvard students. Zuckerberg saw the potential and released the service to the world. In 2006, The popularity of text messaging or SMS inspired Jack Dorsey, Biz Stone, Noah Glass and Evan Williams to create Twitter, a service that had the unique distinction of allowing users to send tweets of 140 characters or less. Today, Twitter has over 500 million users. Although it is impossible to know what the future of social media holds, it is clear that it will continue. So, what's your favorite social media platform? Describe it.
All right. So we've just watched a very short video on how social media came about. Now you realize that one thing that got me intrigued from the video is, now when Mark developed Facebook, he developed a system, we call something an intra software, a software that is designed for in-house. For instance, we can develop a software that can work within the confines of the church only. It's not hosted on any platform. So we can use that software only in the chapel. So Mark developed Facebook for only Harvard students. And that was what they were using on campus. But he realized that no, the app was doing marvelous. So, they should extend its boundaries. And today, more than half of the world's population, currently we are 8.1 million. Now, billion, sorry. So, more than half of 8.1 billion people on earth now, they're on Facebook. Just imagine, one app. So, imagine driving your business from the physical setting to an online space in this platform. What will happen? More than half of the world's population is going to have access to your business. That is the statistics I want you to get to the main thing. So let's come to social media. The concept of social media, what is it? I want to get your views. Any answer in chat is correct. Yes. Social media. Social media. Hey, what comes into your mind when we say social media? Hey, no answer. All right, that is fine. Let's quickly look at some few things that I've drafted here on social media. So we are saying that social media refers to a computer-based technology. Now, when we say something is a computer-based, it's more or less like it requires the services of what? Computers for its execution. So we are saying that social media is a computer-based technology that facilitates the sharing of ideas, 1. 2, thoughts and information through a virtual networks and connects with others. It's a computer-based online feature that allows technology that facilitates the sharing of ideas, thoughts, and information through a virtual networks and communities. There are 2. The other one says what? It refers to an online platform or technologies that enable users to create, share, and exchange information, ideas, and connect with others. Now, with all these concepts of social media, and most of the time when we say social media, we know some of the examples. This is more or less like the theory aspect of my presentation. First, we'll zoom into the practical side, of which your notepads and your pens will be very relevant now. Now, when we say social media, just like the 2 explanations I've given, what are some of the examples? What are some of the examples that you know? Yes. Examples of social media. Hey. Yes, mommy is starting for us. Facebook is there. Yes. Twitter is there. It's now X. It's now X. TikTok, good. The ones that these are using, they are mentioning it. That's good. Yes, please, this side. So there are millions of there are millions of social media platforms. Even today, people are developing apps. Some are not, on platforms, online platform that you can download. Facebook, they are all there. From the beginning, I just gave you something like this. So the LinkedIn, X, formerly Twitter. So YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Google+. Sometimes they call it the Genius. Now, the question that we want to ask ourselves, why social media? Why social media? We are talking about online business, and we are saying social media. Why social media? Why are we considering social media as an aspect or a platform that can boost our business? Why social media? We are looking at three things. Three things. One, reach. When we say our reach, I'll be sharing some few demographics now concerning social media. That is the number of people who spend first 5 minutes when they wake up in a day, the amount of time they spend online. We're looking at those statistics, and it will help you to know that we are driving into a particular space that if you are not part of it, businesses might at a point not make impact. So the statistics will help you. So the first thing is reach. When we say the reach, we are considering the whole world trying to patronize your business. For instance, this is ASHAIMAN, Lebanon. Let's assume that you have a shop. Let's say you have a shop at ASHAIMAN, Lebanon that sells sneakers. Probably at the junction there. This shop, it's open from 8 o'clock to 5 p.m. from Mondays to Fridays. Now, somebody who is living in Boku will never and ever come across your shop if he doesn't have anything to do at ASHAIMAN, Lebanon at any point in time, even using that stretch of the road. There's no way the person will even look at your business, let alone get into it to look at the kind of sneakers you have. No, the person wouldn't. But if you're able to leverage on social media, millions of people will have access to your products. Even at the point you don't even have, let's say, an office. The products are just in your room. Or sometimes when you want to sleep, you pack them at one side and you sleep. You sleep with them on bed. But you are able to reach a global market where people can order online, you deliver to them, and they pay their own delivery fees. At the end of the day, you are making some good amount of money. Let's assume you go to a bigger shop to get one sneaker at a price of 250 cedis. Now, you come back, you package it nicely, and you are sleeping with it on bed. Okay, you don't have an office, but you've given it a very good branding on social media where you are advertising. You are selling this at the price of 300 cedis. So when somebody orders and pays for the delivery by him or herself, at least at a glance, sitting in your room, you've made a cool cash 50 cedis profit. You have not opened any shop. You have not paid any utility. You have not paid for the renter of the place. And you have not paid for any worker. From the start, we are talking about from the start. This is a business that you are managing by yourself. From there, you will be able to reach out to a lot of people. These things we are talking about, it could be church, it could be anything. For instance, our various branches are now getting global recognitions because of social media. How effective our services are, a lot of people are getting to know how effective our services are because of social media. Where we are now, this program is online. A lot of people are watching in the comfort of their homes. So it is even helping by promoting the brand name or the image of the church. Assuming it was a business, a lot of people will get to know us. Do you get it? So that's the first thing or first reason why you need social media. That is what we are considering, what? The reach. And number two, it is cost effective. For instance, I just mentioned it that what you have done by selling one sneaker at a price of 300 cedis, by making a profit of 50 cedis, you have not rented any place, you have not paid for any worker, you have not paid utility, but you've made a cool. The only thing you need is what? Probably your phone with a good camera and your data. That's all. So if a room that you should go and rent for probably let's say 500 cedis a month. Okay, utility, you pay almost utility of 1,000 cedis a month. But with your phone and your data, you've been able to make 50 cedis per a sale. So it means that in a day, when you are wild, you can make 10 sales. And if you make 10 sales, in a day you are making 50 cedis times 10. How much is that? Hello? How much is that? 500 cedis a day. Now in Ghana, if you are making 500 cedis a day, 500 multiplied by 28. Let's take off 4 Sundays, because Sundays you go to church, you wouldn't work. So 28, or let's say 27. 27 multiplied by 500. Let's do the math. How much is that? The women, they are good in math, so the businessmen, yes? That's how much? That's 13,500. In fact, you don't look like 13,500, but you are carrying 13,500. We are not talking about amount you have invested in everything, the profit you have made. It's cool cash. You see, sometimes people think it's funny, but it is not funny. I know people, a friend of mine, somebody who is my mentor in some few things I'll be sharing now. At the time he was doing his national service, at a point he made $45,000, whilst he was paid allowance of 350 Ghana cedis. It's funny. But at the time, the exchange rate was around 5 cedis. So he couldn't get much like today. If it were today, he would have been a billionaire. $45,000 multiplied by 14. I mean, today he would have been a billionaire. But even back in the days, he still had some good money. He was doing national service and cash out $45,000 at the end of the month. Whilst GOG, when I say GOG, paying him 350 cedis. That was a national service allowance. That tells you that the online space is so big to accommodate any kind of thing you are doing, provided it is legit, and you should be able to follow some guidelines in doing it. We'll be looking at the guidelines. Don't worry. We'll look at the guidelines. So that number 2, we said cost effective. And number 3, engagement. These are the 3 reasons why you should use social media. 1, reach. 2, cost effective. And number 3, engagement. You will be able to have interactions with a lot of people at the same time, not necessarily they coming into your office or they having a personal contact with you. 3 reasons why you must use social media. Now, people are asking, is it only some businesses you can do on social media? You see, last time when I was at the youth camp, I was sharing with some guys. You can do anything. Any skill that you have, you can monetize it. There are some people I know they talk. I was telling some few friends that some of us, we know what we like much. You can give us 6 hours, so we'll keep talking. So at a point, I should be able to monetize my art of talking. So right from here, I have some 3 online sessions for some people, and they have to pay, and they are paying. I'm talking, but they must pay for my talk. It could be that you are good at dancing. You must monetize your skill. That is dancing. There are some people, naturally, they are good cooks. They can cook very well. They have not been to any catering school, but they can cook very well. And the same way, there are some people who can speak good English. I remember back in the days when I was coming up, when I was understudying a lot of people. I mean, the wife of our youth fellowship coordinator, Mrs. Edwards, the lady can speak. You don't understand what I'm saying, so they are looking at me. The lady can speak. Some few 6, 7, 8 years ago, I was understanding her, but she didn't know. The lady can speak. Not just speaking, but she can speak good English. The diction was good. The phonetics was good. So you realize that even today, when she's an expert in HR, I wasn't surprised, because this lady knows how to talk. I'm not talking about somebody who is in a different chapel. I'm not talking about somebody who is home watching us online. I'm talking about somebody who is in the chapel now, who gave us the second speech. I'm talking about the wife of our youth coordinator. Yes, you could be somebody who is good in agriculture. So if you are good in agriculture, you are farming, fine. You do your farming, you get your money, that is one side. At the same way, you can monetize your farming and still get money from social media. Yes, you can do a vlog, a video on how to apply fertilizer to an okra plant in less than, let's say, 1 month. These are the ways of crafting headings. I'm giving you a lot of strategies. People will be ready to watch how to use the NASA sprayer in the hinterlands. People watch a 20-minute video on how to use a NASA sprayer to spray, let's say, 100 meters yard, portion of like anything. People will keep watching. And to get to a point that everybody will know that when they want to learn something on agriculture, we have to go and visit that channel. That guy is good. I know of this lady. I've forgotten her name. Now, she started a channel by trying to do review of cars. She was doing review of cars. So any car that comes. Initially, she wasn't getting good market. You know, she goes to people to, oh, I want to make a review of your cars. So they ask, how many followers do you have? Oh, I'm now building it. So at a point, she had to, when cars are passing, then she would just do a short video on the cars passing, probably just showing the logo and the speed and how, I mean, when you see a V8 passing and the same way a Kia Picanto passing, there's a difference, right? There's a difference. Sometimes even the dust, good. So this is what she was doing. I forgot her name. I'll get a name for you by the time I close from the presentation. Now, today, the car she's driving, she didn't buy it with her money. One of the big companies dashed her one of the cars because of review. There's one young guy in Nigeria doing review of everything. He does review of homes, cars, anything. Ola. This guy is earning big just for doing reviews. When something new comes in the system, he goes to talk about it, that's all. So every company, when they bring in something new, they call Ola to come and talk about it because people are following Ola. So if you want to know the latest thing in town, you go and watch the channel of Ola, Facebook, YouTube. Then you see a lot of things. That is it. There are a lot of bloggers in Ghana. There are a lot of vloggers who are into church events. You can equally be in church and be helping your church to be known by a lot of people. But at the end of the day, you make money. And come and pay your tithe. You get it? So that is some of the few things I want to just open your minds to. So that if you want to misbehave, probably you said you are tired, you want to leave. You can leave. But I'll reserve the most sensitive things to the end. So that you stay and get it. Now let's look at some statistics. Let's look at some few statistics. No. Please go back. Slide 11, good. This is not showing clearly. Yes, let me use this. All right, now, at the time this demographics was prepared, that was 2019. That is almost, at the time, the population was 5.4 billion. That was the total population. Now, out of that, it was statistics. This is statistics. 62.3% of the total population worldwide, they were patronizing social media. But currently, the world's population is 8.1 billion. Now, 266 users comes online daily. Please, are you getting the statistics? Now, out of the 62.3%, they've been able to categorize them based on the few platforms. I feel maybe there will be another session. This will be more technical. And some figures and some few stuff might be so confusing. So let's just look at the few here. So, like I said, 62.3%, that is social media users' identities compared to the total population. Now, let's look at the second one, the social media user identities aged 18 plus, which means that I'm talking about these percentages. This is 84.2%. That is what? Social media users that are age 18 plus, those who are above 18 years, they are more than half, 84.2%. That is what the statistics is saying. Now let's look at the third one. Social media users against everybody that is using internet. So all those using internet, they are comparing, this is more or less like a comparative analysis. They are comparing those who use social media against everybody that is on the internet. So that is what? 94.2%, which virtually means what? Almost everyone that is on the internet is using social media. Please, are we getting the statistics? Now, this is also another concept which we will talk about it another day. That is the 46.5. It's talking about gender. It talks about how our females are not so participatory in tech-related activities. Last week, I was in one of the senior high schools in Latte, in the eastern region, Equipim North. Yes, they had International Girl Child Day in ICT or something. So I had a chance to speak to these girls concerning the time that they have to take up the advantage of tech. That was when most of them discovered that the world's first programmer was a female. And I took the advantage to arrange them on some few tech giants in Ghana who are ladies. And as we speak, we know the current CEO of Telecel is a lady. A lot of people are not aware. It's a woman. A woman. At a point, she was even the chief technology officer of then Vodafone. And the former CEO of LTGO, 80, is also a woman. So that tells you that the demographics or the dynamics is changing. But at the time this statistics was prepared, the female involvement in tech was low. So by now, I'm sure they are picking up. So the ladies, there are some few things that you think only males can do. For instance, driving of these heavy cars. We feel that only men can drive these cars. And I keep asking myself, is it that the steering wheel of these cars are so heavy that the women cannot manipulate? Or what is it? And I was told even the steering wheel of these cars are so flexible even than the saloon cars. Anyway, that is just my statistics. So the female social media users against the total population. So you realize that the statistics for this side is a bit down. So for the males there, we are on top. This was 2019, but if they should check now, we'll still be increasing because we are very curious. We are always ready to discover a lot of things. That is how come the statistics is giving us more of an advantage. So you realize that, let's look at the top. So out of the 5 billion people, we have 1.5%. That is 75 million and above. Those are the people who are quarter to quarter. That is for every 4 months, they change. Or some of them, they visit. So there are some people, even in this auditorium, there are some people, they visit their Facebook account probably once every week. Whilst people are visiting this every second to see their growth and the cash they are making. So that is the status. No wonder the percentage is low. Now when we look at the other one, that is year on year change in social media. So after 1 year, maybe you're on Facebook, you realize that Facebook, you are not getting anything, then you move to another thing. Year on year, that's the percentage. And average daily spent time using that is 2 hours, 23 minutes. Average daily. It means that at any time frame, for every 2 hours, 23 minutes, somebody is online. And from there, when they check the span or the duration of time spent on social media daily, it is 2 hours. This is basically 143 minutes. 143 minutes. Averagely in a day, as we are here, average time we are all spending, they've calculated everything is above 2 hours. So as we are here for this program, in the span of 2 hours, people were online. People have spent 2 hours with some few minutes online. That tells you that every business online can grow. So enough of the statistics. Some people are just looking at stats. They are just looking at some things. Enough of the statistics. Let's get to business, okay? Now, starting a business. Starting a business. But before this, I want to speak on something short before I start giving out the criteria. There are various platforms that you can start any business on. We can use platforms that gives you content for monetization. And this content can either be a picture, it can be a text, it can be a video. And sometimes it can be even a GIF. Good. So for the text, that is what we call a blog. That is a blog. I'll speak on it briefly. For the images, we have social media platforms that are programmed or designed based on a particular approach. There are some platforms that they don't make use of text like that. When you use text, you wouldn't have a lot of reach. For instance, Instagram. What is the basis of their development? Pictures. And when you go to Facebook, it is what? Multi. You can use text, you can use pictures, you can use videos. And when you go to TikTok, can you use text to go viral? No. Your content must be what? Video. And the same way when you go to YouTube, can you use text? You can use text, but it must be converted into what? Animation. It can only be animation. So YouTube deals with what? Videos. So you must know these areas. I will get to it. So a blog deals with what? A text. In the course of the presentation, I'll speak a little about a blog. And those who are interested, this session is just to give you an overview of it. Those interested will go deeper into it. And we learn, we have some few tips. So let's look at starting an online business. This is the area where I want your notepads and your pens to be relevant. Starting an online business. Starting an online business. So the first thing that you need to identify in starting an online business is your niche. So we are saying establish your niche. Now when we talk about a niche in business is a specialized or focused segment of the market that addresses the specific needs. For instance, I am into blogging. The social perception about blogging is something has happened and you go there and talk about it and you're on TV, people are interviewing you. That is all we know about blogging. There are people in this country who are bloggers and making heavy cash. But we have not heard of them before. The few that we know is Amael Debra and the few, Kobiche and the rest. Those who are doing more or less like a news and all that. So first thing I said, establish your niche. Now what is your niche? Let's look at some few examples of niche. For instance, when we look at Christian Vibe, is into blogging on only Christian events. So all Christian events, you see Christian Vibe. There's a blogger called Christian Vibe. Danny knows him very well. He's our good friend. Christian Vibe is our good friend. Niche here can be, let's say, farming. Somebody can have a niche to be farming. Me, because of my field, I love education. And because of my IT instruction, my niche is scholarship. So all my blogs, what you find there is about scholarship. It's about cover letter writing. It's about CV. It's about SOP. All academic write-ups, research proposals, theses, and all that. That is my niche. That is the area I've decided to write about. Somebody can decide to write on children. Somebody can decide to write on diseases. And somebody can also decide to write on festivals. So it means that when some of these guys in the diaspora, when they come down, they are looking for a site or a blog that talks about festivals of various ethnic groups in Ghana. They will visit your blog. You get it? So that is the first one, establish your niche. So after getting your niche, let's say you are dealing with festival, then you look at what? Your platform. So whilst we are going, please, let's be following. Number one, establish your niche. So as you are here, be thinking through what is some of the best areas you can feature in. Probably you have a business. The ladies, you have a business. How do you get this business online? If it is video, how can you do it? You can start with your phone. Just go and position your phone somewhere. Don't even go for any stand. Just put some books plenty down and put your phone there. Then you come and do some short video. There's a lady on Facebook now who is teaching how to speak good English. She's getting so much blessed. A lot of people who couldn't get a chance to go to good schools, those of us who went to Saito schools, we are using that platform. Mommy have been using it. You see, she mentioned her name. She has been using it. Myself, every day I listen to this lady. Yes, I want to beef up my oral skills. I listen to this. And in fact, at a glance, this lady gets a lot of followers. A lot of us go to, anytime there is time and online notification pops up, I go to watch. 1 minute, I go and watch. She brings these new words I've never heard in my entire life before. Yes. I have never heard of them. I thought I've been reading. Some of the words, I have never seen them in my entire life. But this lady brings them on. So that is it. So first of all, establish your niche. Then you look at what? Your platform. What is the appropriate platform for you to use? For instance, if you are doing a video about your business, it will be advisable to use what? YouTube or TikTok. Do you get it? But as it stands now, just a few days ago, I read that there was a U.S. regulation bill being passed to ban TikTok in the whole of U.S. When a company is not having a headquarters in the U.S., that company struggles. That is statistics. That is statistics. That one there is key. If your headquarters, any technological company that is not having headquarters in U.S. will frustrate you. So in order to have a free flow, just give them their headquarters and enjoy your peace. That is how come there are a lot of things that Google is doing just because they have the headquarters. They allow us to enjoy. Do you get it? So TikTok sometimes, when you are using it, don't focus on it so much. But try and use platforms that are established. YouTube has been there over the years. They are established. Do you get it? So you don't have any issue of your account being banned or anything. There's a regulation. When you follow the policy, you won't have any problem with YouTube. So that is your platform. Your platform could be a blog. And the blog, you also have a different platform. You can use WordPress. You can use Blogger. You can use Wiz. I mean, there are a lot of platforms you can use. For the purposes of our conversation, I wouldn't go deep into it. So we've established your niche. We've chosen our appropriate platform. So we are looking at what? Number 3. That is what? Consistent branding. Consistent branding. There was one guy who was in Ghana, but he was frustrated a bit, so he has traveled to the US. He's making it big. That is what? Teacher Kojo. This guy, we know, is a teacher like me, just myself. But he has decided to add, at the end of the month, government of Ghana pays him, right? Probably if they are doing extra classes in his school, he gets some small extra class coins for data. But at the end of the day, he's still getting cash from Google for doing something that he's passionate about. We've all been watching him. We've all been watching him. So everything you are doing as a full-time business physically, you can have an online version of it and still be cashing out there. Whilst your normal sales are working, your online system is also generating revenue. In fact, the first time when I heard about blogging, I thought it was a scam. It was like this demonic kind of thing. So I started blogging in 2015. But you see, I thought it wasn't real until in 2018. I wasn't serious anyway. Until 2018. That's on the 21st of that particular month. That was in June, I remember, 2018. I celebrated my birthday on 14th and 21st that I got the alert. I didn't even work much. So that was around $210. I had $210. Was paid into. I was like, what is this? So I had to call my bank to track. Like, the source of payment is from Google Ireland and from AdSense. I said, hey, so Google AdSense thing is real. That very day, I got my money. I was like, no, this thing is real. I started working. I started doing what? Working. A lot of people know that this Google AdSense thing is just some online fraud. It is not. It is what? Not. It is real. So consistent branding. If you start your business probably with a video, how you started from the beginning, just be able to what? Upgrade your content. don't try and be changing a lot of things. Your branding should be solid. Your quality of video you give out there should be solid. If you are writing content, it should be solid. It could be that maybe you are a pastor, that you probably start a devotional channel. Every day, let's say 5 minutes or 10 minutes. You probably, every day, you must be what? Consistent. Every day, Monday morning, 30 minutes or 10 minutes is there. It's published. You share your links, your Facebook or your account, you share them. And you have some groups, you share. You have broadcast group, you share. At least when you have shared to, let's say, 1 million people, approximately 500 people will view. And out of these 500 people, 200 people will waste a bit of time on it. Some people will just open and they won't do anything serious about it. So at least when you are sharing to 1 million, 1/3 of it will be beneficial to you for the start. Please, are we following? So that is it for the consistent branding. So let me quickly brush through because the weather has changed a bit. So we're looking at what? Engaging your audience. So now you have established your niche, you have chosen your platform, you are consistent in your branding. So you have started. Engaging what? Your audience. Now maybe you have a Facebook handle. People, when you post a product, probably a sneaker, then somebody is asking, how much? This person asked how much for almost 6 months and has not gotten any response. Are you really serious to build your business? No, you are not. Do you get it? It means that you are not engaging your audience. So you must be online. When somebody asks a question, respond. Any inquiry, probably the person asks, where are you located? I want to come and have a look at more products. Quickly, your address, you should be able to be share it quickly. Your digital address, probably go to Google, add your business to Google, pick your place in the comment section. The person use the links and locate you directly. You don't have to be struggling. That is the first one. So why do you have to engage your audience? So the reasons for engaging the audience, the first one is what? Respond promptly. When they ask questions, respond immediately. And number 2, encourage user-generated content. By so doing, build a community around your product. That is what sometimes you utilize polls. Let's say you can put up a poll there. How many of you like the way we have been sharing sneakers daily? Maybe 20% will say, oh, we like it. Then 60% is saying that one particular sneaker should not be shared in a day. Which means that majority of the people are saying that change your sneakers you have been sharing in a day. So you are engaging with your audience. And by so doing, the next moment you are posting like 3. So they realize that you have listened to them. So they are still going to be with you. So you are engaging with your audience. Number 3, provide giveaways. At a point in time, do a giveaway. Let's say, for instance, I've come here now, ask a question. Whosoever answers, I give the person 1,000 Ghana cedis. Do you get it? Probably on your product, you can ask that for today, anybody that buys 2 sneakers and pay at hand will get 20% discount. Or somebody who buys up to 5 sneakers will get 1 sneaker at a price of 300 as a dash. These are ways of trying to do what? Engage your audience. Engage your audience. So that is quickly by that. Let's look at how to drive growth. How to drive growth. How to drive growth. So first thing is what? Analyze your metrics. When you put up a product there, a sneaker there, let's assume that you have put up a product there that is for people between the ages of 20 and 30. And you realize that almost 1 million people view the product. 1 million people view the product. And out of the 1 million, almost 80% of people were making inquiries. And 50% bought the product. The next moment, you put up a product there that is for people below the ages of 10. And you realize that out of that, only 100 people viewed that at a product. And out of the 100, only 2 people bought it. And only 5 people make inquiries. So you have to analyze the metrics. Which one is working better? Which one is working better? The one for the kids? No, the one for the kids is not working. But the other one is working. So you analyze what? The metrics. You check the value of data that is going. How many people are looking at this for this particular content? How many people are checking it? For bloggers, when you write an article, some articles, when you publish them and you target some countries, You realize that US is paying high keywords. When you have an article and you publish in US, one CPC can sometimes be like $5. It means that when somebody clicks on an ad on your content, one click like this is $5. But in Ghana, you can get as annoying as 0.001. Hey, so annoying. Something that you are getting a click in US, one click. I saw one CPC for my boss the last time, 15 CPC. When they click like this, $15. So imagine you just like 10 clicks from US for that day. 10 clicks, that's $150 for that day. It is working. So you have to analyze the metrics and see the countries that you are getting so much clicks and revenue from. So all your content channel towards that country. So you not just be posting anything. No. You must make sure that you analyze the metrics and know where you redirect your content, fetch more money from there. That is one. Two, sometimes you have to pay. It's not everything that is free. Sometimes you have to do what you call paid advertisement. So Facebook, we call it what? Sponsored ads. There are some platforms, you just be on your profile, and then you see these things, products popping up from nowhere. And when you see the name of the page or the platform, you see under it, sponsored ad. Sponsored, the person paid. Sometimes you could even see the person who paid for the ad. Most of these, our states, our politicians, they have been using that power. They want to boost their channel. They are not interested in the money. They just want to gain more popularity. I have 10K followers and all that. But at the end of the day, somebody is hiding behind the scene and using that 10K for their money. And it's good. You're also getting from somewhere. Somebody should also get from you. Is it not nice? All right, so sometimes you have to pay and boost what? Your account. It could be YouTube, it could be your blog or anything. Drive a lot of traffic there so that you'll be able to get more. So sometimes you have to what? Stay relevant. That is what? Harness to what? Trends. Stay relevant. Stay relevant. Look at what is trending. Look at what is trending. Let's assume that some 10 years ago you were selling Wellington boots. But today, when you are selling Wellington boots on the internet, it won't go. It won't trend. This time around, what are we wearing? What kick are we wearing? What are you wearing? Sneakers. So it will, be relevant to the current trend now. Don't be selling you won't get market. The physical market may be there. Probably you are living in an agricultural environment. So the physical market will be there. But an online market wouldn't be there for you. Wouldn't be there for you. So stay updated with the industry trends. The industry trends in this case talk about your niche. If you are into festivals, you must make sure that every latest festival in your country, you have captured it. And every festival, you are there to report live. Welcome. So this is Bax TV. I'm at Kwewu, this year's Kwewu Festival. You talk about it. They should see you in a video. Not you be somewhere and send somebody to, no, go there, be on the ground, report live, share on your channel. Then everybody knows that when we want to look at festivals in this country, we'll go to this particular channel to get more details from there. That is for the harness. The last one is what? Look at what? Feedback. Check your feedback. We are looking at driving growth. Check your feedback. There are some products, if it's a product that is edible, let's say you sell provisions, but you want to run it to an online shop where those who are going to senior high schools, you have a package for them. Maybe you have published a product showing dates and all that. And unknowingly, this product has expired. You didn't check. And when you were snapping a picture to put online, you captured the place having what? Those dates. Manufacturing dates and expiry date. And the product has expired. And somebody quickly prompted you. Oh, please, the product, the one you've shared, the date on it has expired. You should be able to check it quickly. And what you have to do is, after you have pulled down that picture, you delete the comment. You get it? You've taken notice of that comment. You've worked on it. Then you pull the picture, probably you replace it. Then you take off the comment or you hide it. If not, it can dent your image or your brand. People will realize that, no, this guy is noted for selling expired products. And it can reduce your 10K followers to 100 in 10 seconds. Just imagine what happens. Now, the beef between these two entertainment gurus, Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale. Now, statistics, those of us in the industry, statistics, we have realized that Shatta Wale has lost 20% of active social media users to Stonebwoy. Because of what? Their personal branding and conduct. You get it? How you carry yourself affects even your online space. Because of our time, that is why I'm rushing to give out some of these things quickly. So those are 4 areas that I've touched on if you want to drive growth to your business. Now, let's quickly look at some case studies. The case study, I want us to look at this one. Go to slide 27. Slide 27 gives us a screenshot of Bax Foundation. This is the blog that deals in scholarships, writing and all of that, academic writing, internships, fellowships, everything, academic related stuff. This is the blog. Now, this was the blog that I have been dealing with from 2015. So, this was the blog. I'm showing some few statistics under the case study. This was the blog that generated, go to slide 28. This was the blog that generated this cash. Some of you, when you see these things at the entrance, you come in. You think I've carried this money in my pocket. So, no, for the purposes of our study, this is not a photoshopped screenshot. This is a screenshot from the previous blog I've shown you. That shows that the amount in a day, today so far, yesterday, last 7 days, and this month. Last payment received, that's 350. You can see from the extreme end. Now, when you look at the statistics, you see that here you look at the number of people who have visited the site. I'll just brush through because some of this data, it's technical. Only the expert understands. I'll just brush over it. So it means that 1,200 people visited the site, just the views. And I had only 105 clicks. And one click gave me 0.88 cents. Not up to $1. Just imagine. So the 105 multiplied by 0.88 gives you a daily amount. That is the 92. Assuming that the CPC over there, show the CPC, there's 0.88. Assuming that the CPC were to be, let's say, 10. That's my biggest project now. That's what I'm working on now. If it were to be $10, that is cost per click. That's CPC. If it is 10, that means that the number of clicks I have gotten will be multiplied by the CPC amount. So 10 multiplied by 105, that is daily. How much will it be? It's plenty money. How much will it be? Oh, how much will it be? You're telling me it's not a small money. I know it's not a small money. How much will it be? $1,050. That is daily. That is daily. I'm not talking about my monthly income. No, that is daily. So I am sitting in the comfort of my room with my computer and my data. I am making a cool cash of 1,000 approximately in a day. Who am I going to work for in this country? Who will I work for? I'm making 1,000 Ghana cedis in a day. Oh, this is $1,000. Sorry. So in a day I am making 10,000 approximately. 10,000 Ghana cedis in a day. That very day, I will write a letter to Ghana Education Service that enough of their stress. I don't need their stress again. I want my peace of mind. You get the statistics. These are real. They are not scam. They are not photoshopped things you are seeing. So you must make sure, and somebody will be asking, how do you get a CPC of 10? It is work. The highest I have gotten so far in my blogging career is 2.1. $2.1 CPC. If one person clicks like this, 1.1. That is the highest I've gotten. But my mentor, he has got as far as 15. So in a day, he will just make sure he gets like 10. 10 is fine for him. A day. So you realize that you are doing your work. You can be a banker, you can be a lawyer, you can be a pastor, you can be a driver, anything. You can still monetize whatever you are doing and be getting your cool cash at one side. This one will be dealing with some few things, whilst your wage that you get at the end of the month is taking care of other things. So you are not struggling. You are just having your passion. You preach every Sunday. Every Sunday message you preach, you are imparting lives. Okay? You are imparting lives. You are doing a lot of things. At the end of the day, that teaching needs to get to somebody on social media. Last time I was checking this NSSPD. At a time I decided to join and check some statistics into tech-related stuff. You must always be on the internet. You check statistics and see the one that is working and the one that is not working. You drop the one that is not working and click connect with the one that is working. At a point, I checked and this guy was having a total constant view of 72K. I was like, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. On YouTube. I'm not even talking about subscribers. These are not even subscribers. This is cool money. So the question is, what are you doing to help your church, the channel of the church? What are you doing to help them get some money? Even how to even watch Geo preach, you don't even want to watch. You don't even want to watch. When you are not in church on Sunday, you don't even want to watch. Your own administrator, your own minister, Danny, you will not even stream his videos. Hey. Are we helping a brother? No. I've answered for you. So, that is it. We cannot be able to do everything here. This is just an overview of the whole thing. So, those who are interested to join will be able to create a chance for a master class. That one, if you are serious to join. During the youth camp, I gave a chance to the youth of the church. I'm glad Papa, I'm saying this before. I gave them a chance. Coordinator is gone. I gave them a chance to train them in blogging. I want to offer blogging service to them free of charge for 6 months. And I will make sure that in their AdSense account, I want them to get to a stage where they can see $1. When you're able to see $1 in your account, then I know I'm done. I've pushed you to where you can stand now and work. But not even a single person was able to complete the process. At a point, I will be online expecting them to join. Not even a single person will join. So I've canceled that contract. The free service for the youth fellowship has been abrogated. So the next session now is a paid session. I'm very glad I'm saying this before Gio. They misused the free gate that was open. So this time around, when you want to come into the gate, you carry some small coins in your pocket. Something that you pay for, you value it. It is not for the money, but for seriousness and hard work. When you pay for it, when it's time to connect, you will be serious because you have paid. But if you don't care. That is how come it went like that. So these are some few things. I wouldn't waste much time. Somebody will be asking, who can blog? Slide 25. Give me this one and let me finish. Who can blog? 25. Who can blog? That's a question to everybody. If you can read and you can blog. If you can read, Kofi is a boy. And you can write, you can blog. That's all. You may not even have so much, you may not even have skills in coding. Your coding skills are not needed. You can blog. If you have coding skills, well, that is an added advantage. But it doesn't mean that without that skills, you can blog. You can blog. That is number one. 2, if you can point and click, if you can move the mouse, move it and click, point to this particular hyperlink and click on it, you can blog. Is it funny? It's not funny. It's not funny. So, the last one, if you are creative, if you can generate your own content, you've heard about Meta AI, you've heard about ChatGPT and all that. At the end of the day, those things will give you content, but you must be able to convert them into human-generated content. When AI does the work, we sit down, then we read through, we add our own grammar. That at the end of the day, the familiarity index reduces. That is a plagiarism. It reduces. When somebody reads the content or passes through a system, they will see that the content is an original content. And in order to get more CPC, we call something SEO management. That one is an advanced. SEO, that is search engine optimization. There are some things that when you go to Google, you just type in something. That particular website will come first. And when your website comes first, the likelihood of a lot of people clicking that first website is high. So before you attain that level of your website coming first, when somebody searches a particular product, you have to do what you call quality content or original content. You must not be a lazy blogger. Anything that comes on the internet, you go to Google and go and copy some few stars and come and paste on your blog. Even 0.01 CPC, you won't get. You will not get. You can be working for 20 years, but even $100 threshold for withdrawal, you won't get it. And you will give up. So in blogging, it is a job for people who are creative, people who are hardworking, not for people who are lazy. If you are a lazy type of blogger, you will keep working, spending your data, spending your battery and everything, but you will not get anything. The amount of money you are spending, you will not even get half of it. So make sure you do what is original content. And so let's use a few minutes to talk about Bass Consult. This is what we do. We do 4 major things: web development, freelancing, academic write-outs, and IT services. For the freelancing, that is one of the major areas. No matter our location, we're able to deliver services at your end. If it's a software troubleshooting, we just connect online or through a system. That system that will connect, that one, it's not your problem. We'll just give you a guideline. When you follow it, we'll fix your system for you. They are all freelance jobs. Wherever we are, even when we are in the farm, the moment we have data and internet service, we'll render service for you. So these are some of the few things we do. Slide 29. So if you need our services, just contact us. We'll be glad to engage you. Project slide 26 on the screen whilst I take questions from. Yes. If you're interested to join our master class, it will take our time. This is just an overview. This is just to orient you. We'll take our time, maximum of 6 months, minimum of 1 month, provided your speed of assimilation is very fast. If you can grasp the concept in 1 month, you are good to go. You will see some cool cash in your account. All right, so I want to pause here and take questions. Questions. Please, okay.
Yeah, praise the Lord. Time for the presentation. My question is about the authenticity of originality of thing posted on social media. You know, if it's traditional media, you know that when this story is coming out, you can check the veracity, truth about it. But these days, a lot of people put it on social media, whether to check for some time. Some of us are from the old school. It took me a long time to start, but you're right that some of the information they put there may be accurate, but sometimes you look at it, even the language, the spelling and things like that, you could detect that it's not from a credible source. So how do you check the credibility first of the source of the information that they are putting there? Thank you. And what are the sanctions? Because people can now put anything, fake news and things like that on social media. How can we disabuse the use of sightings? Thank you.
All right, that's fine. Thank you for the question. It's actually a reminder. I promised to talk about it, but it escaped me. Now, we want to look at how to identify fake websites and fake content. The first thing that Mr. Adetor mentioned was about the SSL certificate. That is the security of your site. That is for your HTTP. S should be added. A small S should be added. I wish I have my screen projected. I want to indicate, but yes. So the URL, the address tab, you click on it so that you can see the full length of the address. Because when you are not in the address bar, you wouldn't see the HTTP with the S. Sometimes the only indicator there should be what? A small padlock. You see a small padlock. And when you click on the small padlock, they will tell you this site is secured. There are some instances, Google will prompt you that the site you're about to visit is not secure. Will you proceed? But how? We always proceed. We don't care. You proceed. You do that at your own expense. Now, that is the first approach. You look at what? The S. The second one is what you call spoofing. Spoofing. This is what spoofing does. We know that we have a product called Adidas. Okay. These people are so smart in such a way that they will create another product and give it a name, and the name looks like Adidas. But it's not Adidas. It looks like Adidas. But because the picture of Adidas, when we see it, we don't take a critical look at to see if it's Adidas. There are a lot of shoes in the system that's not from Adidas. You see people wearing it. When you take a critical look at it, you realize that no, this shoe here is not from Adidas. The same way, there are a lot of sites. For instance, Facebook. A lot of people have created Facebook sites that, Facebook is what? F-A-C-E-B-O-O-K. Now, people have created this such that the same blue color, they've created it to be F-A-C-E-B-0. They've used 00. They've used 00K. So you wouldn't know that is spoofing. They already want to leverage on existing brand to make market. And that is what they are doing. Sometimes they can do www.google.com, but they make it just a hyperlink. The actual URL behind it is not google.com. So when you click on it, it takes you a different thing, or you redirect you to a different thing. But we don't take critical attention to this thing. So most of the times, to check that, when you want to click on the URL, hover the mouse. When I say hover the mouse, just position the cursor on the URL. And when you position the cursor on the URL of that hyperlink, come to the right bottom of your screen and check. The real URL, the actual URL will show here. That is the second one, that is spoofing. Number 3, that is what? Spelling. How can you go to Wikipedia and go and be seeing errors, spelling mistakes? No. I have never seen it in my entire life before, no. Wikipedia, you go and see, oh, no. So that is also one way. The spelling mistakes and punctuations. They don't use punctuations. They just write anything at all. Sometimes they even try as possible to replace the alphabet with numerals, especially the ones that looks the same. The ones that look the same. So those are key things that you have to look at. The fourth one is what? The content, the web content. Some of the content appears too, they are not, they appear too good to be true. Do you get it? When you look at the content, you know, this thing is too real. This is looking too good to be true. You have to check it. For instance, I call these things the Ponzi scheme. There are a lot of Ponzi schemes with investment packages that when you deposit this amount in daily, at the end of the day, you get this percentage. Now, when you deposit, let's say higher, they will say VIP plan 2. You get it? Say plan 1, plan 2. The other one is like 2 hours. When you deposit $5,000 in 2 hours, you get 500%. Hey! It is not possible. These are what you call Ponzi scheme. Don't fall for these scams. Okay? And sometimes, the fifth one is, you see unnecessary ads popping up. Unnecessary ads popping up. When you start to see some of those things, ignore it. And there is a site that you also verify or check the domain age. You check the age of the domain. You check the age of the domain. Just go to Google's lookup page. Okay. You see how old the domain is also contribute to the authenticity of the site and the content. So that is all. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think that you said it all, but I just want to add to this. Identifying fake websites. Okay. These days, it's very easy for people to even clone your websites. And by cloning your websites, meaning the original websites, they have tools, they're hacking tools that can take the whole website. So if you're looking for spelling mistakes or you're looking for fake content, you will not find it. Okay. It will be the same. Okay. They take the same content, they will register a new domain with HTTPS. So you will see the key sign and everything. However, the content that you will put there, it will go to the fraudulent person, the person behind it. So one of the easiest way, apart from the one that you have mentioned, is to Google it. Okay. So what you are trying to do, you can just copy the text and then Google it. There's a chance that scam has been used on somebody before and they have reported it. Okay. So by Googling it, you will find a lot of, if it's, and then you can even see if it's legitimate. When you Google it, you might see the difference. Maybe the domain name different, because you can't register 2 domain names at the same time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So once you Google it, if there's another domain name, it will also pop up, and then you'll be able to tell the difference. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. All right. So thank you.
Wow. How many of us are going to start our own blogs or vlogs soon? Charlie, if you have a good phone, just start taking things. So, any nice things, you take picture. Yeah. But it's important you join his class, take his number, and then get to know the nitty-gritties when it comes to the blogging. Amen. All the speakers we've had today, I'm glad to say they are all members of our church. All of them. Amen. So we are blessed as a church, and the things that we've heard today, we can't quantify it, we can't pay for it. They are serious. Like I said, after this session, take time, listen to the YouTube or the Facebook, watch the video, make your own notes, and then contact them for further information. It will really help you. We'll be glad to come here next year for Emerge 2025 and hear that out of this workshop, you have started something, and we can see it, and you are making money. Amen. Next time you are coming here, you are driving your own car because you started a business, and you are making so much money. Amen. That's the whole idea. That's the whole idea. So we want to specially thank God for this day, that it's been possible. We want to thank our father and our mother for giving us the opportunity to gather here to receive and to be blessed. And we also want to thank our Uncle Frank, for his support, his immense support, to make this workshop happen. Emerge 2024. Charlie, talk, go chop. Emerge 2024. Yay! Emerge 2024.
Where faith meets purpose.
Did you check on AI? Yes, so God bless you. We want to receive our Father to give us the closing remarks and prayers and bless our meal.
Yeah. So I think the way you have gotten up, no time for closing remarks. You are ready for closing prayer to go and eat. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious towards you. May the Lord give you peace, even now and forevermore. Amen. Thank you for coming. So go for the supper, dinner, then from there you can go. Thank you for coming. Yeah.